right, everyone, welcome to the 187th District Court. We have been starting late all week because I have been filling in for another judge with jury selection. So today is Friday, everyone. Let's keep it as a Friday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. These are the rules of the 187th District Court. You're in a courtroom. Do not behave as though you are not in a courtroom. Whatever you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on the Zoom screen. If you behave inappropriately on the Zoom screen and you're on bond, your Zoom privileges will be revoked and you will be required to appear in court. To all of the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back. I'm going to open up breakout rooms. When I open up breakout rooms, it will invite everyone into a breakout room. Don't go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a room. Attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small you think it is, you need to put it in the chat box to the coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator. Please do not call her, text her, chat her, asking her for a receipt. I'm the only person who can give you that, I'm sorry, not a receipt. Why did I say receipt, Brenda? Please do not call her, text her, chat her, asking for a continuance, asking her for a reset. I'm the only person who can do that for you. Attorneys, I'm gonna call your name. This is the order in which you'll appear. Bud Ridnour, David McClain, John Perez, Laura Lefton, Sergio Ibarra, Eric Hernandez. Is there any other defense attorney whose name I have missed? All right, when I call your name, I need to know the name of your client or whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. To all of those who are on the screen, your name will not be your name. It will just be your attorney's name that will be called. And your attorney will go into the breakout room first with the prosecutor. And then if they want you in the breakout room, they will request you. Bud Ridnour.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on Raymond Garcia. It's a family violence.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. David McClain.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Jonathan Dash this morning. This is a criminal trial division case. We're here on a Veterans Court status checkup and or to do a PSI.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. John Pettis.
Yes, Judge, I'm here on Mr. Daniel Flores, criminal trial division. It's a motion to revoke.
You say Torres?
Yes, Judge. Daniel Flores.
I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Laura Lefton.
Good morning, Judge. How are you today?
Great.
Good. I'm here on Fawad Flores. It's a family violence case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sergio Ibarra.
Yes, Judge, I'm here on a plea for Eleazar Flores. The paperwork has already been completed by me. I think I need Norman to send me some of the court's paperwork. But if I could go into a breakout room with my client, I could go over that with him.
All right, is your client on bond or in custody?
On bond, he's currently on the Zoom.
All right, I'll send breakout room number 6.
Thank you.
Eric Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I'm on Zoom with County Court 14 at the same time. I've got Leonard McGarity. I just need to confer with the family violence prosecutor, either David Martin or Joe Ray Garcia. I don't know who's going to take the lead on this
I'll
case.
send you to breakout room number 6.
Thank you much.
I'm sorry, number 7.
Even better.
All right, any other attorneys? All right, everyone, just give me a moment. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
He does, that's what we're doing. No.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
I conferred with Mr. Rittenhour on his client, Raymond Garcia. My understanding is it was set at least somewhat recently. I believe it had been reset for him to consider which path Mr. Garcia wanted to take. And he has rejected our offer and he does wish to go to trial.
All right. Where is Bud Rittenhour?
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe he clicked the wrong button and left the meeting altogether because he left the room, but then I don't see him on the Zoom. Oh, no, there he is.
Nice.
There he is.
All right, Mr. Rittenhour, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And Mr. Spear, if you could go to breakout room number 1. And Norma, if you can go to breakout room number 1 to confer over a trial date with them.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Judge.
Sure, you're welcome.
And Your Honor, I didn't see the invite to breakout room 7 come up yet.
Okay, let me find you. Just 1 second. Bud Rittenhour, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please. All right, did you all have a chance to confer on Mr. Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor. And Norma was able to give us a date for jury selection of September the 30th. And we would begin trial that following Monday, which would be, let me look at the date.
October 4th.
Correct. Yes, October 4th.
And your client is in custody, correct, Mr. Rittenhour?
But that's correct, Your Honor. He's in the screen.
All right. Court is going to call 2007 CR 4352, State of Texas versus Raymond Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Stephen Spear for the state.
for the defense?
Bud Rittenhour for the defense.
All right, and Mr. Garcia, if you could unmute for me, please. All right. Are you Mr. Raymond Garcia?
Yes. No.
Proceeding by video, any objections from the state or the defense?
None from the
Yeah, they're
state.
saying to check out his record, to see how many other people he's done.
No objection from the defense, Your Honor.
It's
All right,
probably more
Mr.
than one.
Garcia, do you have any objections
And like
with
I
this
said, they
taking
told me
place by
about
video?
some crooked complex
No, I
hanging
don't.
with prostitutes.
All right, my understanding is that
Drugs.
defense was tendered an offer and that offer is being rejected. Is that correct, Mr. Rittenhour?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, are you requesting a jury trial? If you could unmute for me, Mr. Garcia.
I don't know if we talked about that with my attorney.
Oh, can I go to the breakout room, Judge?
Yes, Mr. Garcia, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney, but what's going to end up happening, you can either accept a plea agreement or not. That's completely up to you. If you decide that you do not wish to enter a plea bargaining agreement, then this is going to jury trial. I will send you, Mr. Rittenhour, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
And let me find your client on the screen. I'll send him to number 2 as well.
Okay. Judge, would you like me to stand by or can I go and confirm?
Oh, you can go to a different break. Are you here for standing in for family violence?
Yes, I am.
All right,
So-
so you can go into any of the other rooms. Laura Lefton is in number 5 on Flores, and Eric Hernandez is in 7 on Leonard McGarity.
Very good. Okay, I'll go over there. So,
Okay, and Bud Rittenhour has come back, or he hasn't left for some reason. All right, we shall see.
okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. David McLean.
Hey, Judge. We're trying to get status on what's going on with Mr. Dash. I was actually going to try and speak with the CLO if she's available.
Okay. Rebecca, are you able to go to breakout room number 3? Or sorry, Kevin Hernandez.
Yes, I can go.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
Judge, it's Hunter.
Yes.
Is the court in receipt of Mr. Dash's?
I'm sorry, what did you say, in receipt of what?
Jonathan Dash's PSI?
Let me see. No, I do not have his PSI report.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
All right, Kevin, can you send the PSI report on Dash to the state and to myself?
Already doing it.
All right, and Kevin, I'll send you to breakout room number 3. Mr. Cox?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning,
Yes.
Judge.
Good morning, who do you have?
It's Rogelio Sanchez Jr.
And it's criminal trial division?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Nesbitt.
All right, I'll send you to
Easy.
I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Abel Dominguez. Abel Dominguez, who do you have?
April Sanchez, Your Honor. We are back from Wednesday. With this client, we've got some issues because probation wants safety, but she is 7 months pregnant, then they will not accept her because of that. Myself and the DA are trying to coordinate with the NAS to see if they would be willing to take her, but I know they need to interview her to make sure she is a good candidate. I have tried calling them. I know the state emailed them this morning and tagged me in that email. As of now, there's not been a response, but we are waiting to see if she is a good candidate for this place.
All right, what is the number? Can you put the number in the chat box to me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. I will give you the number that I have. Yes.
All right, thank you. And if there's no objection, the court will call them.
Okay, no objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rittenauer, you're back.
We're back. We've cleared the language misunderstanding, Judge. We're ready to proceed.
All right, just give us a moment. Stephen Spears in a breakout room with another attorney. As soon as he comes back, I'll take up that matter.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brenna, I saw the notice on your door with your words per minute. That is so awesome.
One of the court reporters here designed that.
Oh, it looks beautiful. So how many words per minute are you at?
Well, we're all at 225.
Okay. But yours is an awesome 225.
But I can write 400 because that's how fast you speak.
Oh, wow. Okay, then, Brenna, I must say you're welcome because we've been talking like so fast and mumbling. I think the mumbling has helped.
Okay, Your Honor, I've conferred with Ms. Lefton on her client, Mr. Flores.
Yes.
Hi, Judge.
It was set for discovery compliance. I think all of that has been taken care of now, but we have yet to reach a resolution on the case.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me take up Mr. Rittenauer first, and then we'll take up Ms. Leflin's case.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, but Rittenauer, your client is still in breakout room number 2. Can you remove them from breakout room number 2, please?
Can you send me back there?
You're already in that room. You have the ability to go there.
The only option I have now is to leave the meeting.
No, if you look at the boxes at the bottom of your screen where it says breakout rooms, if you click on that, it shall show that you can go to breakout room number.
Oh, there it is. Fine. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Brenna, you know what these breakout rooms are like? They're like every vampire movie that you've ever seen. And you know, with the vampires, it's like once you invite them into your home, supposedly according to rules, they can come anytime they want. So when people get sent to a breakout room and they're there, they can go there anytime they want.
Judge, that's my favorite analogy I have heard yet. Just so you know, I'm now officially scared of breakout rooms.
All right, Lauren, if you show your video while Bud is removing his client, we'll take up your case.
Okay, super.
And Mr. Flores, I need you to show your video, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The court is calling 2021 CR 3508, State of Texas versus Flores. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state,
Stephen Spear for the state.
for the defense?
Lauren left in for Mr. Flores.
And are you Mr. Flores? Can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mr. Flores.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we're here today for discovery issues. Have those issues been resolved, state?
Yes, Your Honor, they have been.
All right, defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, at this time I have.
So Norma, can they have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. On August 26th.
All right, we're going to come back on August 26th and state at that time the court will be requesting a acknowledgement of discovery to be filed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has an offer been tendered?
Not as of yet, Your Honor.
All right, then state also, I'm going to expect an offer to be tendered on that day.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then defense, when you come back on August 26th, the state will have tendered their offer and I will give you a plea deadline date.
That's wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful weekend, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Don't be afraid of breakout rooms.
I'll try. Vampires scare me, so.
Okay. All right,
Have a nice weekend, everyone.
All right, you too, Mr. Flores, you're excused. You'll need to be back on August 26th
Okay. And what time?
at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, everyone, just give me 1 second to put this on the docket sheet. All right, we're going to go back on the record in 2007 CR 4352, State of Texas versus Raymond Garcia. Mr. Garcia, can you unmute for me, please? Yes, did you have a chance to confer with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
All right, it's my understanding that you're rejecting the offer that the state has tendered and you're requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. My understanding is both the state and the defense have had an opportunity to confer on a jury trial date, and that jury trial date is September 30th, 2021.
So I would have, because I remember I was like.
Defense, any objections to September 30th as a jury trial date?
September 30th was the jury selection date, Your Honor.
Yes, any objections?
Yes, no objection.
All right, Mr. Spear, do you have any objections to September 30th as a jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, could you unmute for me again, please?
Yes.
Do you have any objections to September 30th as a jury trial date?
No, I don't.
All right, then Mr. Garcia, what will happen is on September 30th, you will be brought over from the Bexar County Jail. Defense, he'll need to be dressed. We'll have jury selection on that day, and then trial will begin the next business day. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just want to make sure. Originally, we had said that the next day, the day the trial would begin, would be, our testimony would begin, excuse me, would be Monday, October the 4th. Is it now going to be, I guess, October the 1st, the Friday?
All right, Norma, did you tell them that they will begin jury selection on Monday, October 4th?
No, Your Honor, jury
I'm
selection
sorry,
on the 30th, yeah.
testimony. Did you tell them that testimony will begin on October 4th instead of Friday? Just one moment.
Of course.
Sorry, Judge, it would be September 1st, which would be that Friday. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it'll be October 1st. So testimony is going to begin
Darn
on October 1st, everyone. What
Okay.
this court does is the court gives you a day for jury selection. And then after that, the next business day, testimony will begin. So in this case, if we're on the record, September 30th, jury selection will occur. Then on Friday, October 1st, will be testimony. All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Do you need to speak with your client anymore, Mr. Rittenhour?
No, that's all right. I'll get a jail video with him.
Norma, can you let them know that Mr. Garcia can go back? He's 17C.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rittenhour.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have somewhat of an update on April, is it Sanchez? Hold on.
Yes.
I finally got a call back. They do believe she is probably eligible, but the woman who is in charge, who would be asking the preliminary questions of her, is currently in her group meetings. And I asked if it was possible to have her Zoom in. Supposedly I'm getting a call back. So we're making progress.
Okay. And if she wants to Zoom in the afternoon, I will keep the Zoom up and we'll make sure that we can get that done.
Okay.
All right, awesome. And the attorney, Abel, if you want to Zoom out and Zoom back in later, you can.
Okay, I'll do that, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Colin Hobbs, who do you have?
Morning, Judge. I have Nathan Medina. He's an add-on for today's docket. I promised the clerk I would sit here quietly until y'all had time for me. So if you're not ready for me, I'll wait.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's going to be CTD, Judge.
What's the cause number?
2018. Where'd it go? Sorry. I got logged out of my case management software. Give me 1 second. It is 2018 CR 1860, Your Honor.
And why are you here? What's going on?
Hoping to see if the court will consider setting a bond. So I was going to talk to a prosecutor, see if I could get them to agree to something. Happy to talk to the CLO if that's something the court would like as well.
Okay, I'll send you to breakout room number 9. When a prosecutor is available, they'll meet you in 9.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Cornelius Cox, you're back.
That's correct, Judge.
Yes.
And I had a chance to talk to Mr. Nesbitt. Judge, we appear to have all the discovery on this case, and I just need to get it reset. There's I'm in the process of investigating all the information, so I just need time to complete an investigation, Judge.
Okay. All right, Norma, on Rogelio Sanchez, if you can give them a 30-day reset and we'll see where we are at that time, Mr. Cox.
Okay. And then could I just put me in the, could I go into a breakout room with my client, Judge? Can she put me in a breakout room?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
just give us 1 second before I send you to the breakout room. Norma, what date should they come back on?
Judge, the 27th of August, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on August 27th. Once you finish speaking to your client, please have him come back to the main room.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right, and I'll send you Mr. Cox to breakout room number 5. And Mr. Sanchez, if you'll go to breakout room number 5, please. All right, Eric Hernandez, you're back.
Yes, sure. If I could meet with Mr. McGarity in breakout room 7 where I'm assigned.
All right, Mr. McGarity, if you'll go to breakout room number 7, please. And let me see. And Norma, can you see where Mick Aguilera is? Because I have a meeting at noon and I can't be late for that meeting.
Judge, that case got reset. He came in for a bond. He just got recently hired and he reset that case, Judge.
When is it being reset for?
It got reset for the end of the, let me check, Judge. Give me 1 second. I don't want to give you the wrong date. Hold on.
Okay.
Judge, I don't know if you're in the middle of something, but I think we've got things worked out on Mr. Dash.
All right, just give me a moment. I'm trying to get a date for this case and then we'll take you right up.
Thank you, Judge.
Give me 1 second, Judge. I'm trying to finish up paperwork. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And those can go back. Yeah. And are we going to be proceeding? This one is Flores. Are you going to be proceeding on Mr. Dash's PSI with sentencing today?
Yes, Judge.
And have both parties already received the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor. I've got the PSI and the TAP with recommendations.
Okay. And who is the prosecutor on this?
It was Hunter.
Okay,
Hunter Morris.
thank you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 5546. Where's Jonathan Dash?
He is right below me on my screen, Judge, in the gallery view.
Here, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 5546, State of Texas versus Jonathan David Dash. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Hunter Morris.
for the defense?
David McLean for Jonathan Dash.
All right, and are you Mr. Dash?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding with this hearing by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
And the court will note that the defendant entered a plea on June 23rd of no contest, and that was done by video. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. The state is recommending community supervision. The state opposes deferred adjudication, and there are several cases that will be taken into consideration. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. And the state is agreeing to change its recommendation.
All right, and so your recommendation will be changed
To recommending deferred adjudication.
okay. All right, then the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Is there any recommendations as it relates to conditions? I see there was supposed to be a MIC-MYOF evaluation done.
Yes, Your Honor. The McMyoff evaluation, I think we were speaking with CLO Hernandez earlier, and it sounds like that process had begun, but had not been completed. And we were also scheduled here today to check on a referral to Veterans Treatment Court. What Mr. Hernandez has informed us is that while Mr. Dash is incarcerated, the program, the Veterans Treatment Court will not even begin to process him until he is released. And so that is what prompted us to go ahead and try to resolve this case today through sentencing, get him released, and then we can get him applying for Veterans Treatment Court. And the court can then maybe perhaps, if the court's so inclined, alter and amend his conditions to include the Veterans Treatment Court after he's accepted into the program. There's just certain paperwork and things he has to produce, like DD 214s and some things like that.
All right, so the question is, state defense, are you asking that he be released to complete this process, or where is he in the process of the McMyoff evaluation?
My understanding, Judge, from Kevin, was that they had started this process, and I believe he would be most likely eligible for DDRF. So we changed our recommendation, and we'd be asking the court, or recommending to the court, 4 years of deferred. And if Mr. Dash does join the Veterans Treatment Program, then we'd recommend IOP through the VA. If he does not join Veterans Treatment or falls out of Veterans Treatment, then DDRF.
That was our understanding, Judge, because the DDRF is a dual diagnosis treatment facility. So that was probably the most appropriate. But in reviewing the TAP evaluation actually recommended intensive outpatient treatment through the VA. And he's got access and benefits through the VA. So we thought that would be a very good way to help him address his issues. He's according to the TAP and to the PSI, he's highly motivated.
All right, well, is there any concern with public safety if he were allowed to be released from the Bexar County Jail?
I don't think so, Judge. In my opinion, no. There wasn't any. I don't think that the treatment that he would be able to receive would or the needs that he has reflect anything that would create a public safety risk, in my opinion.
All right, state.
Is the court proposing just releasing for the purposes of evaluation prior to sentencing?
Yes, because one, I do not understand why an evaluation cannot take place while someone's at the Bexar County Jail. That's neither here nor there, but I know that other treatment programs are happy that someone is at the Bexar County Jail because you have their full attention. They will go over there, they get the evaluation done, and it's done. So I'll just say that and let that marinate for a little bit. So we have two choices with Mr. Dash. One, if he's released and he does not qualify for Veterans Treatment Court, because I have no idea if he's going to qualify. Because my understanding, according to their program, the issues that you have must in some way be related to your service in the military. Which again, I did not set these rules. And I hate I let Mr. Rittenauer go because maybe he could address some of these issues for us because he is an attorney in the Veterans Court. So if he does not qualify for some reason with Veterans Treatment Court, then what will end up happening is if he does the rest of the process with the mental health issues they may ask that he go into custody again and then be transferred to the proper mental facility. So I put that at the table for each of you. So if nobody thinks that he is a danger, then what will end up happening is he'll be evaluated with Veterans Treatment Court on the outside. Veterans Treatment Court will probably say, if he doesn't obtain certain forms, they're not going to accept him. Then we'll be back with an evaluation with the MIC bio. And he may have to go back in custody. So that's why I want to get to the bottom of whether or not anyone thinks he's a danger to himself or a danger to others. I reviewed his criminal history. I see there's a burglary of a habitation, but everything else seems to be related to drug use.
And Judge, that's my understanding as well. And as the court knows, I mean, I'm very active in the mental health programs here in Bexar County. And I do not think, in my opinion at all, that Mr. Dash is a danger to himself or anyone else. I really don't. He has not expressed any kind of suicidal ideations or homicidal ideations. And I do not see that in his criminal history either. And as the court said, it's all been related to alcohol or drug issues for the most part.
All right, then the next question, if I decide to release him from the jail, where is he going to be staying? Because I've read the PSI report and he says he does not wish to stay with any female at this time.
May I speak?
Yes.
11838 Parliament Bend Apartments, Parliament Road, apartment 305. It will be with Christine Marie Dash. We have taken care of everything as far as our relationship goes. My two youngest children are there with her. The lease is up in end of July. We're trying to renew the lease. This is where I will be staying. It'll be at the same apartments, ma'am. I will be fine there. We are working on stuff, and we also have a family therapy scheduled to sit up here and maintain and keep our marriage going, ma'am.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved at all in this?
Not to my understanding, Judge.
All right.
Negative, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what, Mr. Dash?
Saying negative. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't mean to speak out of turn.
No problem. So there is a person by the last name of Dash on this screen. Is that the person who is here?
No, that is his sister, Your Honor.
All right, does anyone want to call her as a witness?
I know she's been monitoring this. Judge, I could call her briefly. I think. Wow.
I didn't hear any of that.
The purpose for her being here this morning was with regard to substance abuse issues.
With regards to what?
His substance abuse issues. And she and Mr. Dash's mother had both been exploring treatment options as well. But I think given the TAP evaluation and the recommendations in the TAP, I don't know that I need to call her.
Well, do you want to call her briefly?
I will do so, Judge. Because
All right. And is that Tara Dash?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Could you unmute for me, please, Miss Dash?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm unmuted. Thank
Could
you.
you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. If you can lower your hand, state your name and spell it for the record.
My name is Tara, T-A-R-A, last name Dash, D-A-S-H.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Dash, my name is David McLean, and I represent Jonathan Dash. I don't think you and I have actually had a chance to meet before. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I appreciate you being here today. And just so the record's clear and reflects accurately, you are Mr. Dash's sister. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And what would you like to see happen for Mr. Dash?
So my mother shared the information that you and her spoke about. We were doing the research for the dual diagnosis facilities. Both my mother and I believe that it would be in his best interest to have some type of intensive inpatient services. However, there are several roadblocks for that. I was not able to find any place that would do a dual diagnosis where there are state funds available. My brother does not have the money to pay for any inpatient. He does not have insurance, and me and my mother are also not able to pay for anything. He needs both. He needs the substance abuse, and he also needs the mental health aspect to be done. But I'm sure that you're aware, in your honor, you have mentioned some roadblocks as well. I'm not sure how that's going to be possible. Our concern is that if he is released, that he will go back into the same situations that has led him to this point in his life. He needs the intensive inpatient treatment so that he can have a chance to make some different choices and to live a better life.
He has access to the Veterans Administration and benefits through them, correct?
I'm sorry, sir, would you repeat that question?
Yes, ma'am. He has access to benefits and treatment through the Veterans Administration, correct?
I do not know that. My mother told me that a conversation between you and her, that you guys have talked about that. Of course, I cannot get any information from the VA. I'm not authorized to get any of that. However, if there are benefits to the VA, that would definitely be a great route. And like your honor stated, no one is clear why these evaluations cannot happen while he is incarcerated. If the VA can provide services, that would be wonderful. But if my brother is released and we're looking at a year wait for the VA to do whatever it is that they need to do, you're going to run the risk of having the same behavior happen and him becoming incarcerated again.
And just so you know, I don't think it's a year wait. But that being said, we don't have any other options available to him through you or your mother at this time. Is that correct?
Unfortunately not. So also, I want to say, you guys talked about whether he's a danger. I don't believe that he is a danger, but the danger is the same behavior occurring and him being incarcerated again. Based upon that, he needs to be an inpatient, intensive inpatient, so that he can have an opportunity to make these changes. And it seems like money and resources is what the issue is, which is not in my brother's best interest on any level.
In your opinion, is that based on just your personal observations, or are you a mental health professional or a substance abuse professional?
Absolutely personal observations. I am not either of those things. This is my brother. I'm his baby sister. There is a long history here. I know that the court can only look at what he's been convicted of or whatever his criminal history is. There's other information that me and my mother have as to why we have the opinions that we have. Our end game is for my brother to be healthy, emotionally, from substance abuse, all of those different things.
All right, I'll pass the word, Judge.
All right, any questions, Mr. Morris?
Brief one. Hi, Ms. Dash.
Hi.
If this court releases your brother to follow up on his own with the Veterans Treatment Court, do you have confidence that he will do that?
I'm sorry, sir, you're breaking up.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
If the court releases your brother to follow up with the Veterans Treatment Court, do you have confidence that he will follow through?
Yes and no. I think initially he may. However, I think that he needs an advocate. I don't live in that state. I'm a single mother. I live in Colorado. My mother is elderly. She lives in Georgia. Neither one of us have the resources to be able to be there with him and advocate for him and make sure that those things happen. I have tried to contact the courts to find an advocate for him, someone that can make those things happen, and there are no resources. He needs someone to help him follow through with these things.
I have someone, if I'm sorry.
Mr. Dash, just a second. All right, if there's no questions, any other questions for Ms. Dash?
No, Judge, I'll pass. Thank you, Ms. Dash.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Dash, I just have one question for you. Do you think he's a danger, physical danger to himself or anyone else?
My brother has expressed both suicidal and homicidal ideations in the past. I'm talking years ago. Unfortunately, my brother and I do not speak often, so I can't speak about what's happening currently. I've spoken with him sporadically because he's there, I'm here, and there are relationship issues, but he does have a history of that. I don't know that he would just purposely go out and hurt someone. I don't know that he would just purposely go out and hurt himself. However, the substance abuse issues, as well as the mental health issues, are there. And when he is released and he is out on his own, if he falls back into the same things that have been going on, you run the risk for that, which is why he needs an advocate, which is why he needs the intensive inpatient assistance. I believe that if he can get that, he has an opportunity to make some changes. Again, I'm speaking from a perspective, I am his baby sister. I want to see him healthy. I don't want to see him out on the street. I don't want to see him back in those situations.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Dash.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, this is what we're going to do. And Mr. Dash, I want you to know that I'm doing my best to make sure that you're successful on deferred adjudication, because the state said they're in agreement with your deferred adjudication. Your defense counsel wants you to have deferred adjudication, but I want you to be successful. And I don't want us to come back here again because you have fallen astray or because you're not taking your medications. So, Mr. McLean, if you're available, we're going to recall this at 2 o'clock. If nobody has any objections, I'm going to call some people that I know who are in the mental health treatment courts to see if they have someone who is able to take on Mr. Dash today. So if no one has any objections to that, we'll come back at 2.
I've got no objection, Judge.
And for the state.
All right, Mr. Dash, something's gonna happen on your case today. I know we've been coming back, but I'm gonna see what kind of help we can get you, okay?
Yes.
Your Honor, the help is, okay, yes, ma'am. I'll be here at 2.
Okay, and Mr. McLean and Mr. Morris, can I see you in breakout room number 2, please? And everyone, I will be right back.
Ma'am, I excuse?
No, just give us a moment, Mr. Dash.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, Mr. Dash is going to come back at 2 p.m.
Yes, ma'am. I will let them know.
Tara Dash, it'll be the same link as this, so you can zoom back in on this same link. Colin Hobbs, I received that information. It's already been signed. The clerks will put it in the system.
Thank you all so much for your time today. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.
All right, thank you. You too.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, you're
May I
welcome.
approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm in a breakout room with Mr. McGarity. During our conversation, he has collapsed and his mother has called 911, who is en route to respond. I don't know if anything's going to happen on this case today. I just wanted to report the court. I'm still in that breakout room with him. I don't know if you want to join us to assess the situation yourself. I don't believe it is something that he is pretending.
I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, but if the state wants to go into the breakout room, state, you want to go into breakout, Stephen Spear, you want to go in the breakout room?
Judge, yeah, I can. I trust his attorney's representation.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go back there and join him, Your Honor, just to keep tabs on the situation.
All right, and we'll just give you a month reset. Are you okay with that, state?
That's fine, Judge. I have no objection.
All right, we'll set it for
Thank you, Your Honor.
August 27th.
I'm gonna stay in there with him for now until I know what's going on, but I'll let the court know if anything changes.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. I hope everything works out okay. So,
yeah.
And Judge, I believe that was the last one I had today. Do you want me to hang around, or is obviously the case is being reset? So
Yes, I don't think there's anything that can be done on that case. So we're just resetting it.
Okay, well, very good. Well, I hope everybody has a great weekend.
All right, thank you. You too. Mr. Cox, you completed
Yes,
your. Norma, can you let them know that 17J can go back?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, and then John Pettis, what is happening with Daniel Torres?
Yes, Judge. So Mr. Flores and I have conferred after I confer with Marcus. There's an agreed recommendation on both MTRs. I notified Norma that we would need the paperwork. It's going to be a time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. And Norma, do you have a date for Joseph, well, Mick's client, Peter Carrion?
I put it in the chat, Judge.
Okay. All right, and those are done.
Can you move to breakout room, Eleazar Flores?
Sure. Eleazar Flores, if you'll go to breakout room number 8 so you can be sworn in, please.
Yeah, no problem. How do I?
It should pop up on your screen.
Oh, I see it.
Thank you. And Norma, do we have Raymond Martinez on April Ramirez?
Let me give him a call, Judge.
Thank you. Oh, and Mr. Cox, if you have no one else with us, then you're.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You have a good weekend, Judge.
All right, you too.
Take care.
Yeah, bye-bye. Oh, that was quick. I'm like, wow. All right, are the parties ready on Mr. Flores?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Judge, just give me a couple minutes just to make sure the victim's family is all watching on YouTube.
Sure.
Thank you.
When is sentencing going to take place, Mr. Ibarra?
I understand that Mr. Nisbet will be out for a little bit in the month of August. We were asking for maybe the last week of August to come back for sentencing.
Okay.
Your Honor, I had a real quick request. I think this might be the best time to do it. From Mr. Flores, he has the ankle monitor, the GPS monitor on currently. I would like to request on his behalf, if at all possible, to have the fees waived for this last month. I understand that money is a bit tight for him. If that would be, I don't know if the court has discretion to do that, but I was just asking.
I will ask that fees be waived, and then the alternative that he be placed on the indigent list.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And when parties are ready, just let me know.
Ready to go, Judge.
Defense is ready, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 1306, State of Texas versus Eleazar Jacob Flores. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nisbet.
For the defense?
Sergio Ibarra for it's Eleazar Flores, Your Honor.
Eleazar, okay. Again, the rules don't apply, Brenna, with the names. So it's Eleazar?
That's correct.
Eleazar.
Eleazar.
Pardon, Judge. Eleazar.
Eleazar.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And are you Eleazar Jacob Flores?
I am.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review that discovery with your client?
I did, and we have, Your Honor. One thing I should mention is on the paperwork, I believe that particular document and the plea paperwork from the state, Mr. Flores' name is slightly misspelled. The correct spelling for his name is Eleazar. There's an O, I believe, there.
Yes. Any objections to the court correcting the spelling on the document?
No objections from defense.
None.
All right, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Flores, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores?
Yes,
I'm going
ma'am.
to show you what's entitled Court's Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right, everyone, just give me one moment, please. Firsthand observation. But in case we need You're welcome. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Flores, did you understand what you're charged with is manslaughter? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I did understand.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call on the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
I did, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Flores, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. And the state will take in consideration 2021 CR 1307. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Defense is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Then Mr. Flores, to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offers Exhibit 1 in attachments.
No objections.
Mr. Flores, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent. Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
I do, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Is there anybody else today? Well, let's work on getting this information. Investigator. Or with the drug case.
All right, we're back on the record. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. When are we coming back for sentencing?
Who are you asking, Judge?
Have you all conferred with Norma on a date? Is
Well,
sentencing to take place
yeah.
today?
No, Judge. Last week in August, we just have to get a date from the court, whatever day the court decides.
All right, Norma, can you recall this for the last week in August, please?
Yes, ma'am. I can do. Give me 1 second, Judge. Let me look at the calendar. I can do the 31st of August.
All right, we'll come back on August 31st at 9 a.m. Mr. Flores, you'll need to be in the 187 District Court. It's located on the 4th floor, 300 De La Rosa, at 9 a.m. on August 31st. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, so what date do you need to be in court?
31st of August
And what time?
at 9 a.m.
All right, we will see you then. If there's nothing else, the court will close the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May we both be excused?
Yes,
Thank you. Have a good day.
thank you, you too.
Judge, did you need me to get some information from him for PSI?
I'm sorry?
Did you need me to talk to him about PSI?
No, it's for time.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Abel Dominguez and Eric Hernandez. Eric Hernandez, your case has been reset. I hope Mr. McGarity is okay.
EMS has responded, Your Honor. His sugars last night were over 400. They are taking him to University Hospital as we speak. So he is on a GPS monitor. If the court would just make a note of that in their record in case there's any issue with GPS, he is being transported by EMS right now.
Okay, all right. I'll make note of that. To the clerks in the back, could I have the file back on Mr. McGarity, please?
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
I'll keep
thank
an eye
you.
out for the emails for the next setting. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, Abel Dominguez.
Yes, Judge. I received an email from the state saying, I guess they're going to come back at 2 from the NAF.
Yes.
Okay. May I just speak with my client real fast and just to let her know what's going on, and then I'll come back at 2?
Yes, I'll send you to breakout room. Let me see, number 2.
Okay. Thank you,
Let
Judge.
me find number 2. Just 1 second. Sure, you're welcome. Let's see. So Torres, have you signed all your paperwork?
No, Your Honor, you haven't.
Sorry, what did you say?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Have you talked to your attorney about the paperwork?
I have, yes. I believe it's ready to go. I just haven't signed it.
Okay, do you have plans to sign it?
I'm sorry. It hasn't been
My
presented.
clients, I asked him to call one of the guards to have them help us get the
Okay.
paperwork going. I haven't even reviewed it with them. If we can get, sir, if you can go back to the breakout room and have one of the officers come in and help us so we can share a screen, I can go over the paperwork with you. I'm so sorry about that, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no problem. I was like, is anybody planning on?
I was in the breakout room and I didn't even realize anything had happened until I looked up and saw he was gone.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Do I come back at 2?
Yes, you're gonna come back at 2. Norma, can you let them know that L18 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And Norma, is there an update on Joseph Holscher?
Give me 1 second, Judge.
All right, John, has your client signed everything?
No, Judge, we're running into some problems on the paperwork. He signed one of them. There are two cases, both of them, it's the same rec. He's signed one of them, but I've signed both, but for some reason it's not showing up at the jail. So I've already messaged Norma to see if maybe there was a missing comma somewhere or something.
Okay, sure.
Let me check on it. I'll just send him a reminder, see if it pops up.
Okay.
Or Judge, you want to send me to the breakout room with both of them, please? Thank you.
Miss Ramirez, we're going to call your case back at 2. We're trying to get in touch with your attorney, okay?
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
All right, just remain there till unless the deputy is there with you. Is there a deputy there with you?
Yes, there's one. Yes, ma'am.
All right, just let them know that we're going to call you back at 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hernandez,
Yes, Judge.
we're going to call you back. I'm sorry, not Kevin, Aiden Hernandez. We're going to call you back at 2. And Kevin, you should be getting some information on Mr. Dash. Okay, I think we're ready on Mr. Torres.
Yep, Judge.
All right, to the clerks in the back, I'm signing the paperwork on Mr. Torres, so it should be coming to you.
Okay, Judge,
And
thank
who
you.
is the prosecutor who's on this?
Marcus.
All right, and Norma, can you let them know, and Aiden Hernandez, we're gonna have to call him back at 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. All right, the court is calling 2017 CR 10064 and 2019 CR 6436, State of Texas versus Daniel Torres. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
John Pettis for defense.
All right, and are you Mr. Torres? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
None, Judge.
Mr. Torres, in each of these cause numbers, you signed a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
I did, Your Honor.
Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you going to be reading the same allegation for each motion?
We are, Judge. It's different numbers though. It's the same violation, but they're different numbers.
Okay, all right. Any objections to the state with the same allegation for each motion with different numbers and your client answering true or not true in each cause numbers defense?
No objections, Judge.
All right, then, Mr. Torres, in cause number 2017 CR 10064, are you the same Daniel Torres who was placed on community supervision for tampering with a government record to defraud or harm on August 31st, 2020 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you the same Daniel Torres who's placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 6436 for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on August 31st, 2020 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Date?
Condition number 17 and cause number 2017 CR 10064. and petition number 25 and cause number 2019 CR 6436. On or about the 25th day of May 2021, in Travis County, Texas, the defendant Daniel Torres did then and there fail to report to and apply for an inpatient treatment program in violation of condition number 17 and 25.
Okay, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the rest.
Any
No, Judge.
objections to the state's waivers?
None, Judge.
Mr. Torres, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 17 in 2017 CR 10064? The court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 17?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 17 true and cause number 2019 CR 6436. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 25? The court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 25?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 25. Is there an agreement in each of the cause numbers?
There is, Judge. It's the same for both. We're asking that you grant the motion, revoke and reform the underlying sentence to sentence him to 2 years TDC.
Is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Torres, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Please, Your Honor, yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in cause number 2017 CR 10064, the court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in prison, and give you credit for any time served. In cause number 2019 CR 6436, the court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. And there is a 2-year Texas driver's license suspension. Okay. And each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them and did you electronically sign them?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, because you've reached a plea bargain agreement with the state in each of these cause numbers, because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because it's a felony conviction in each of these cause numbers, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Torres, good luck to you. We'll go off the record. Mr. Torres, you have some decisions to make in your life. One, if you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are plenty of free services available to you. In the past, people couldn't do that for free. So that's available to you. If you continue on the track that you're on, what's going to end up happening, either you're going to end up being the grandfather at the prison where new people come in and you tell them your words of wisdom, or either you may end up dead or end up killing someone. You understand?
I do, Your Honor.
So you're going to have to get it together. Now's the time for you to reflect and work on yourself, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Torres. Normie, can you let them know that L11 can go back? All right, Mr. Pettis, thank you for coming in. Happy Friday. Have a great rest of your week.